Hi everyone, welcome again to my channel, and today we're gonna make this delicious recipe of tacos al pastor, which I know that a lot of you people are going to love because it's very simple to make and you are gonna be tasting one of the most delicious tacos in the world, because guess what, they are my favorite kind of tacos from my country, Mexico, which I love too. So let's get started with this delicious recipe that I am translating from the Spanish channel. Okay, here is all the stuff we are going to need, guys. Everything is going to be listed by the end of this video. Okay, the recipe I have here in the notebook is for 100 pounds, 50 pounds, and 2 or 4 pounds. So anyways, everything is going to be listed. Here is the meat. You can get steaks from pork steaks, or you can buy a pork butt and take it to the butcher and tell him to slice it for you, or you can buy a picnic shoulder and slice it. The thing we want is to be thin and to have a little bit of this white thing that you see here. This is the best part because this is gonna give us the flavor, which is the fat. Okay, so whatever kind of meat you want to use, as long as it's pork and it's tender, you can even use pork loin if you like, or some people know it as pork back or pork butt. There are a lot of different cuts, so we're gonna need about 4 pounds of this. These all are all the ingredients, all the spices we're gonna need. I have here a tablespoon so that you guys have an idea of what we are using. We're gonna need 2 tablespoons of salt, okay? Because we're gonna make 4 pounds of meat. About tablespoon of bay leaves, okay? About half a spoon of cumin. You can get these ground or whole, however you like. A tablespoon of oregano, 2 garlic cloves, probably a half piece of onion, half tablespoon of ground cinnamon, also half tablespoon of cloves. As I said before, you can get them whole or you can get them ground, however you like, it's okay. So cloves, half tablespoon. And for the color, guys, we're gonna need anato or achiote, okay? Dominican eat this thing, Dominican food, Puerto Ricans, so you probably would be able to find it in the US. Otherwise, if you cannot, you can use red coloring in powder. But if you see this knife here, this is for 200 pounds of meat. So we just need a little bit of nothing for this, okay? So, but in my case, I replace the red coloring with the anato or achiote, which is just a little bit. This is just for color, guys. If you cannot find it, don't worry, it's gonna be okay anyway. But this is how they gave me the recipe, so it's how I am giving it to you guys without missing a thing. Okay, guys, so the next ingredient we're gonna need is going to be half tablespoon of black ground pepper, half a cup of apple cider vinegar, about 5 or 6 guajillo peppers. These are the ones that are not spicy. They're also known as California peppers. And 2 guajillo puya pepper, which is the spicy one. If you cannot find the spicy, just replace it with the other guajillo regular pepper, okay? Don't worry about it. This is going to be the same flavor. And to garnish our tacos, we're gonna need cilantro, onion, lemons. Also, we're gonna need a big pineapple for flavor. This is the best part for the tacos. And for this, guys, we're gonna make a green salsa, which is my favorite. We're gonna need jalapenos, cilantro, green tomatoes, one avocado, some jalapenos. Uh, if you guys want to count it, it's about 8 jalapenos, 3 tomatoes, 1 garlic clove, half onion, 1 avocado, and a bunch of cilantro. This is gonna be for our salsa. And the main ingredients for our tacos is gonna be these small tortillas, which are commonly used on Mexican tacos. Okay, so let's get started. To bake this, we're gonna need a pan, something that we can bake on here, or metal, anything you have on hand. And we're also gonna need some wooden sticks. Okay, so to get started, it's very simple. Here I have all the guajillo peppers, which I have taken the seeds out already, as always. We're gonna put them here with some water, and we're gonna leave them there for about 20 minutes, okay, so that they soak. And then we're gonna peel our pineapple, and we're gonna make sort of a base so that our al pastor don't fall down in the oven. So just make kind of this shape here and place a wooden stick, and make sure this fits in the oven, okay, because this is going to go in the oven. Also, we're gonna cut some pineapple chunks. So our guajillos have been soaked here for about 20 minutes in the fire, and they are ready so that we can make our delicious adobo for these tacos. I am gonna place all the spices here, which they're gonna give it a nice and very delicious flavor to this meat. And so remember, all the spices with the garlic and the onion are going to go here, and we are going to place our apple vinegar, and also, by the way, the salt. I am also going to add a chunk of pineapple here just to give it some flavor, and we are going to blend this pretty well, guys. Blend it in the blender, of course. And if you see that your blender is struggling, just add a little bit of the water where we cook the guajillos. I end up adding about half a cup of the same water I used to cook the peppers. Okay, so just make sure this is a thick sauce and your blender is not struggling. And here it is, the adobo. So we're gonna take our pork steaks, and we are going to season this very well. Make sure all of the steaks are very well covered with this adobo, which is very delicious. If you guys are making it right now on your kitchen, you are going to notice a very delicious smell of this, okay? So just make sure you cover all of the steaks with the sauce. You can see it right here. So I'm gonna give you guys a secret. If you guys want your al pastor to be delicious more than today, leave this in the fridge for 24 hours and you are going to love the recipe even more, okay? Trust me on this, okay? But if you cannot, just leave it there for 1 or 2 hours. You're gonna chop your cilantro, your onions, your lemons, because we are waiting for this meat to be ready. I just left it 2 hours to rest because I was in a rush, but if you can leave it overnight, it's much better. Here I am placing the steaks here on top of the pineapple. Just make sure you get a very round circle, and the secret of this is placing some pineapple chunks in between so that the meat doesn't come out raw when you take it out, okay? So place probably 2 or 3 steaks here, and then place a chunk of pineapple in between so that the heat can go into the middle and cook this, okay? Make sure of that, because otherwise you're gonna have a raw meat when you take it out. So just be careful and place this here. If you have a lot of meat hanging out there, just cut it and put it on top, and don't worry about it. Anyway, by the end of this video, you're gonna chop all the meat, okay? So here I have it ready. As you can see, it's finished. So now I'm preheating my oven to 200 degrees Celsius and 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm gonna place a foil piece here so that the oven doesn't burn it. A piece of pineapple, which is gonna give it a lot of flavor. And then, guys, we're gonna cover this with some foil, because if you do not cover it, the meat is going to burn from the outside and the inside is going to be raw. So cover your meat, and we're going to cook this in the oven for 2 hours total time, but cover it. We're going to leave it for 1 hour, and after 1 hour you are going to take out the foil and cook it, uncover it for 1 more hour. Okay, so pop this in the oven and leave it there. Cover it for 1 hour at that temperature, 200 degrees Celsius and 400 degrees Fahrenheit. While that happens, we are going to be ready to make our green sauce. I love this sauce because it's the favorite of the family, and also it's very simple to make. And a lot of people ask the same question: is this raw? And the answer is yes. Everything you see here is raw, okay? So what I did is just chop the jalapenos and the tomatoes in small pieces so that the blender could blend this, and add about a quarter cup of water, and take this to the blender. And here is what we're going to do: blend this very nicely for 1 minute, and when you do not see any chunks of jalapeno or tomato, we're gonna add our avocado, okay? Because this we don't want to blend it too much, because that's why the salsa turns out black. So add your avocado in pieces, and you guys are gonna count the time this is gonna be blending. Just it's gonna be for 1 or 2 seconds, not too much. Look, 1, 2, and turn it off. We don't want it blended too much. And if you see, there is the avocado seed. That is gonna help us so that this salsa doesn't turn out black. And what I am going to add to the end is going to be the salt. I always leave this to the end, okay? And believe it or not, this is one of the most used salsas in Mexico, which is, as I said, raw. A lot of people do not believe it, but that is the way it's done, okay? And it's the favorite of everyone. So I have probably everything ready here. I've chopped everything out. We have the salsa, so we're just waiting so that the meat comes out of the oven. I have taken the foil out of this, and I'm gonna leave it for 1 more hour, okay? Because I really want this meat to be cooked in the middle. So leave it there for another hour, and this is the result. Look at this. Very nice tacos al pastor, which you are going to chop here with a knife, and you will be able to make your own tacos. And just heat up some tortillas, and garnish them with some cilantro, onion, which that is a typical garnish here. Do not be confused with Taco Bell that puts strange things on the tacos. And just place a slice of the pineapple, and that is gonna be the favorite part of this, okay? So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please share this with your friends if you want to help this channel out. And as always, in the end of the videos, me and my husband tasting out the food, okay? One day I'm gonna convince him if he wants to speak English, because he is very shy. Okay, so but he also speaks English pretty well. So trying to convince him. Okay, guys. And look, I am serving my taco here with some of the green salsa, which is my favorite. And look at that. Very, very nice. And this needs to have some lemon juice, which is also one of the most uh, flavorful ingredients in the taco business. So I hope you guys make this at home and let me know what you think of this delicious recipe. And as always, take care and see you in the next video, guys. And remember, the list of the ingredients are going to be listed on the end of this video, so don't leave yet. See you guys. Bye.